Just had a dream earlier this morning that I was at that same McDonald's over there on 3rd Street in Vermont. And I heard some guy say, get in this car, get back in this car. Then I got a text message saying, where you at? Where you at? And the first dream that I had about that McDonald's, I had a dream that I was like talking back and forth with my sister, my twin sister, like arguing back and forth with her. Then I got out and went inside of the McDonald's. And then I walked out and I didn't see her. And I saw these two old ladies in like a hallway. So I'm like, yo, is my sister around here? They was like, yeah. Then I looked around and I'm like, where's she at? I didn't see her. And then the dream kind of shifted. I also spoke about a dream that I had when I was around this apartment parking lot. It was like one of them type of inside parking lots that had like a big parking garage. You know what I'm saying? And I saw these two old ladies talking, and it was like my spirit like flew up to them. It was like I was dreaming, and I was like, it was like my spirit was like in that parking garage. And when they saw me, they looked shocked. They looked terrified. I just also had a dream. This was this morning. The dude, the quality control dude, yo, I couldn't even understand this, like, why this was happening. The dude named P. People was playing poker. I don't even know how to play poker, to be honest. And he was basically like shuffling cards, and then he passed the cards around to like the left. And I was on like, he was like on, I was like, how do I put it? We was all sitting at this table. And he was on like the right side, and then I was on like the front part of the table. Then there was another dude on the left side of me. Then there was another dude that was on the side of him. That was on the left side of him. And then my cards was like stuck together, like you know how you ever had a deck of cards and they got wet or something. I was like, yo, these cards are stuck together. I couldn't even put down a card. One, like the quality dude that put a card down, then I couldn't even put none of my cards on. I'm like, yo, something ain't right with this. And then I stood up, and it's like I walked around like that little area, and it was like two purses, and it was like a seat over there. I tripped over the seat and fell, and then I picked the seat up, and I was like putting the stuff back. And then all of a sudden I was like, yo, I can't find the other purse. There was another purse over here. And another dude was like, man, that ain't your fault. All you did was trip over it. And another dude was arguing with the dude that told me it ain't your fault. You just tripped. He was telling me, I know he was telling the dude like, he was like, it ain't his fault that it's tripped, but it's his fault that that purse came up missing. You shouldn't have tripped over that chair. You shouldn't have tripped over that chair. So he was basically trying to say it was my fault that the purse is all of a sudden missing or something like that. And then the quality control dude walked over, and he was like, the purse right here. And then I was like, yeah, I'm out. Then I left. Then I was in a car. I still remember I was in a yellow Lamborghini truck, and I was in the back seat. There was a bunch of ladies in there. I pulled up at this big estate somewhere. A bunch of ladies walking around with their titties out and stuff like that. And I saw this one lady in a bikini, the same girl that worked at the Walmart distribution center in the Taunton area. And I looked over at her like, what is she doing here? But I remember saying, I'm glad that I'm here, because it was a bunch of ladies around. And I was telling the ladies that I was in the car with, I was like, I feel better being around y'all instead of like a bunch of niggas, because some nigga just basically tried to say that it was my fault that a purse came up missing or something like that. And another dude had basically walked over and said that like the purse right here, stuff like that. And then I got out the car, and around like the gas can part, the gas cap where the gas cap be at on the car, it had like a little piece on it that was like still kind of wet. And I was like, yeah, you might want to put this in a house or something like that, or like set this outside because it's still wet. It was like a little yellow piece that went to the car or something like that. It was like the car had just got painted, but that one particular part was still wet. So then I was walking up these stairs with this lady, and she needed help walking up the stairs. And I remember she had her toes polished. I guess she was like trying not to get her toes messed up or something like that. She had her toenails polished, and it was me and another lady helping her walk up these stairs. And I heard some lady crying. And I was like looking around, but I heard some lady crying. And I remember saying, like, I'm glad I'm around all these ladies. But I feel like that dream was telling me it's possibly somebody trying to throw in a distraction now and trying to just basically bribe me with some naked ladies or something. Or in the future, somebody might come forward to try to bribe me with like some naked ladies or something like that. I don't know. But I will say this, that first dream that I had earlier this morning, that's the second time I had a dream about McDonald's and my sister, because I was getting a text message saying, where you at? Where you at? You know, from my sister. And I didn't see it, but I heard some dude saying, get back in this car. I said before, it's a lot of people that move in a secretive way. And there's a lot of like people that move in an organized way. A lot of shit that exists. So what I personally had basically brought to, what I feel like that dream was defining to me was, I felt like my sister got reeled out of California in some type of scandalous way, and everybody that was in the gang played a game on me and said, we gonna make him believe that he knows this is happening. We go hack his phone, and we gonna make it look like he talking to people. We go hack in his phone, we go sabotage him, and we go socialize with people under his image, and we go put a diversion on his phone. And then we go tell everybody else all around LA that's in the gang that he know what's going on. So the whole 11 months that I lived in California, from July 12, 2024, all the way to June 10, 2025, my fucking phone got hacked every single day. Imagine walking up out of the bathroom and you in the shelter somewhere and people walking around with headphones on, acting like they just got headphones on, but they hacking your fucking phone. And they not just listening to with the stuff that's in your videos that's not on any social media platform, your personal videos. They taking them videos and then they uploading them somewhere else. So I think that dream was telling me, yo, that at some point in time, my family members, I already let it be known that my family members got cloned, but I think that my family members got reeled out of California, then people played me for a fool, right to my I'm not letting that go, yo. I'm not letting that go. I'm gonna just let that be known. I don't understand why the one famous dude was in the video, was in the dream that I had earlier this morning. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that situation. I don't even know how to play poker. Even back in the day when we used to shoot dice, I used to be the one that was like doing side bets and stuff like that. I don't really shoot dice like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how to shoot dice all that well. But the point I'm making is I remember getting in a car with these ladies. I didn't recognize any of them, yo. I was in like this Lambo truck. And I remember being happy to see a whole bunch of badass bitches walking around, a whole bunch of beautiful ass ladies walking around and stuff like that. And then I heard some lady like crying while I was helping this one lady walk up these steps. And there was another lady on the side of her helping her walk up the steps. So I was walking up the steps and this lady was on the left side of me and I was holding her up like this. And there was another lady that was walking up the steps with her. And she was on, and the lady that was being helped was on the right side of old girl. And then I heard some lady crying, and I feel like that was God telling me, like, don't let nobody try to throw distractions your way and stuff like that. When I was living in St. George, it went in the same cycle like clockwork. Every single time somebody recorded me on Snapchat or tried to troll me online or make some jokes about me and shit like that, whenever I went into a restaurant or a gas station, the first thing happened after that, I'll see some lady walk in my face, walk in front of me with leggings on, or walk in front of me with a short skirt on, and I would always say, why you didn't do that before somebody went online and made up some lie or tried to make a mockery of me? Why did you do this after the fact? You feel me? So I feel like that dream was just telling me, like, don't be distracted. And I don't understand why, like, that one lady was in the dream. You know what I'm saying? That one girl that I used to work with at the Walmart distribution center. I ain't seen that lady since like October 2022 or like December 2022, some shit like that. But I don't know what a famous dude was in this dream. He was like dealing cars and he was dealing like cars to his left or whatever. And then my cars was all sticky and stuff, and I couldn't even like take the cars apart. Then I ended up getting up. I tripped and fell over some chair, and it was two purses. It was like a black purse and like a tannish glittery type of purse. And I remember saying like, yo, like as soon as I tripped, it was like the purses came up missing. I'm like, yo, the purses, I don't know where the purse is. It's somewhere around here or under the seat or something like that. And one guy's like, man, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? All you did was trip over the seat. And another dude was like, man, you telling him not to worry about it. You telling him it's not his fault that the purse not there no more, but he tripped over it, so it is his fault. So it was one dude basically trying to say it's your fault that you can't find the purse because you tripped over it. You know what I'm saying? So he was basically trying to say if somebody else stole them purses, it's your fault. And the quality dude, the famous dude, you know what I'm saying, got up, was like, the purse right here. And then I end up leaving after that. I was like, I'm out of here because this one nigga over here just basically tried to say it was my fault. So I left. And then I ended up in a truck, a Lambo truck, talking to a bunch of ladies. And then I pulled up to some estate. I remember seeing a whole bunch of like grass around there and stuff like that. And it was like a big mansion, but it was like it was sitting on a whole lot of land. And there was a bunch of ladies walking around in bikinis and stuff. And I was like, I'm glad that I'm here to be around them niggas that were just trying to frame me. You know what I'm saying? Because it was some dudes in there arguing about how if a purse got stolen, it was my fault. And then I got out the car. I told this one lady, it's something wet on your car. You know what I'm saying? And I basically was like, yeah, you need to let this sit outside for a minute. And then I started walking upstairs to the house, to this big old house, right? And when I was walking up the stairs, I was helping this one lady walk up, and there was another lady on the side of her helping her walk up these stairs. And I heard some lady crying. And I was like looking around like, yo, who's that crying? And the ladies was basically like moving like, yeah, don't worry about it. So I feel like people is trying to possibly stir up confusion now with what's going on. I'm not no fool, yo. If my family got reeled up, somebody needs to tell me the truth. I'm not letting that go, yo. If everybody in one big organization said we got his family member in Los Angeles, California, and we go trick everybody else and make everybody else believe that he knows that his family is in California, and I'm asking everybody directly what's going on and nobody's telling me anything, that means people have said that people has made up lies. Look, this is how people has been manipulative. They'll make up a lie and say I'm a part of some brotherhood, right? After they say I'm a part of some brotherhood, they'll have somebody else hack my phone, and then they'll have somebody else socialize back and forth with the person that's hacking in my phone. I wouldn't even know that my phone is being hacked. And then while my phone is getting hacked and then somebody socialized with somebody else the whole time, that's somebody that's talking to the falsified me, the fake me, whoever that person is that's hacking in my phone. So somebody could be reaching out to somebody, be like, hey, what's up, what's going on? And then that person will respond back, hey, nothing much. And then they'll tell other people, hey, man, that nigga know what's going on. He know what's going on. And the person that's hacking in my phone, that person will also be saying, that nigga know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That person over there in the game told me that he know what's going on. So while my phone is getting hacked and there's people socializing all damn day, I'll be somewhere on the bus. I'll be somewhere at a grocery store trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And I don't know that it's somebody already hacking in my phone with socializing with somebody. And they not doing this just to manipulate me. They also doing this to manipulate the audience, the crowd of people that's listening to them, because they want everybody else that's the audience to believe that I'm a part of some type of clique and I know what's going on. So then somebody could actually reel out a family member of mine in some type of a scandalous way, convince everybody else that I'm well aware of that, and then mock me, manipulate me, humiliate me, sabotage me, frame me, play me for a fool, right? And then there'll be another family member of mine somewhere asking for help and I wouldn't know what's going on. I've had dreams of my family members asking me for help in Los Angeles, California, yo. I've had dreams of this. Not asking me for help in Michigan, asking me for help in Georgia or in Florida, asking me for help in California. So if somebody has done this, that means everybody is in on it. And everybody came up with the idea to keep me out of it. Everybody. And I mean everybody. And this is why I said a long time ago, if anybody got to talk to me, please talk to me in person, because there's so many people manipulating shit these days with the technology that they got. It's scary, yo. It's scary, the type of shit that people can do. I don't know why the famous dude was in that video. I don't know. I mean, was in this dream that I just had this morning. I don't know why that one girl named Tyneria was in this video that I ain't seen since December 2022 or like January 2023, right around the time when I got fired from working at the Walmart distribution center. I think somebody made up a lie about me and said that I stole a purse or something back in the day or some shit like that. And if somebody made up a petty ass lie like that about me, that means that everybody is in on it. Especially if somebody made up a lie like that about me. Man, it don't even matter where it was at. If it was in Florida, if it was in Michigan, if it was in South Carolina, if it was in California. If somebody has made up some petty ass lie like that about me, stealing a purse, everybody is in on it. Even when I was a kid, I didn't go in my mom's purse, yo. I used to say that's bad luck. And I don't get off into the super stitious type shit, but I'm just letting this be known, yo, because if somebody has went as petty to say that I stole the purse, everybody is in on it. Meaning it's people acting like they upset with me, but they know that it's a lie, but they just putting up a falsified face for the audience, and they try to make them believe that they upset with me. They saying, I believe some lady came forth at some point and said, oh, he stole my purse. You know what I'm saying? And then some other nigga said, oh, fuck that. I ain't having that. That nigga stole that purse. He stole my my girl purse, or my wife purse, or my daughter purse, or my niece purse, or my granddaughter purse, or my goddaughter purse, or something like that. If somebody went as far and as petty to make up a lie about me stealing a purse, nobody came to me and told me shit. Nobody said anything to me directly. So if somebody has lied on me like that, then kept it away from me, that means they knew it was a lie from the very beginning. They just wanted to convince everybody else. They just wanted to convince everybody else a lie. They wanted to make everybody else believe I stole some type of a purse or something like that. And then they wanted to be able to justify moving in a fucked up way toward me. So they said, okay, we go frame him, we go sabotage him, we go make everybody believe he's a thief. And then at the same exact time, we go attack him from a blind side, hack his phone, put up a diversion on his phone. So when he be on Instagram, all he see is Instagram, but he don't know that we hacking into his phone and we get on the real Instagram website. And what we doing is we socializing with people and making them look like a fool. And then we hacking his camera at the same time, taking pictures of him while he's on his phone, taking screenshots of him while he's on his phone, and making even a bigger falsified mockery of him. This is the kind of fucked up shit that I've been through, yo. And if this has happened to me, if people has basically, let me just like, this the best way now, this the best way I could just like level this shit up with everybody. Or sum it down with everybody, whatever you want, sum it up, whatever you want to call it. Or narrow it down, right? If a family member of mine has been reeled out of Cali by some type of secret organization or something like that at any given point in time, And people has basically tried to make it look like that I knew about it. I didn't know shit. I've been asking everybody directly what's going on. I even have reached out to a couple celebrities and asked what was going on. So the only way that has been overlooked for this long is if everybody is in on it. And the people that's not in on it, they just chose to overlook it and not say nothing. That's just like somebody that's a police officer seeing somebody plant some drugs on somebody and they saying, okay, I'm not a bad person, I'm not a bad cop, but I'm not gonna basically tell this one dude that's a police officer that he wrong for, or he fucked up for doing this or planting this on this man. You know what I'm saying? That's like somebody that's in a gang basically saying, okay, I know I'm not no grimy ass dude. I know I ain't never flipped on nobody, but I'm not about to tell on this one dude, or I'm not about to beat this dude ass, or I'm not about to do anything to this one dude right here who probably just tried to beat or rape this woman or something like that. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that people has done in the past. Sex trafficking is at an all-time high. In my mind, the way I think, the only way it's at an all-time high is somebody basically covering this kind of stuff up. This is the real world, yo. I believe it's an underworld to everything, and I mean everything. Everything. God bless to everybody, yo. If I got family members somewhere else, somebody please let me know, and please keep them safe, healthy, and alive, dog, because I know my family members been cloned. And when I make a video like this, people will try to convert it into some type of psychological problem. They'll try to make it look like it's a psychological illness. This is why I watch certain videos on YouTube and stuff like that. People who basically talk about the same thing that I'm talking about, because I let it be known, okay, that person over there is not mentally ill at all. They're not psychologically ill at all. They're not even a conspiracy theorist. They just got a regular old podcast going on. So this bullshit that I've been dealing with for a long time, it's a lot of people moving in an organized way, and the main thing they're trying to do is fucking cause confusion, yo. That's the main thing they're trying to do. They don't want the truth to come out. It's AJ, yo. God bless to everybody right now as I speak. It's January 8, 2025. No, let me correct myself. It's January 8, 2026. It's January 8, 2026. And it's 4:06 p.m. This AJ, yo. So yeah, yo, man, look. God does let it be known that vengeance is his, but God will let you know what's going on. Like, God not gonna let you lie to yourself and gaslight yourself what's going on. In some cases, God will let me know what's going on just because he let me know. Vengeance is mine. I see what they doing. So I don't know what's all going on, but I truly believe that dream, what I got out of that whole dream was, I think somebody made up a lie about me stealing the purse. And I think that after some lady made up some lie about me stealing the purse, everybody knew it was a lie, but they chose to maintain a lie. I think certain family members of mine got reeled out to California, and then people played me for a fool, played me for a fucking fool. And then I think at the same exact time, they tried to make it look like I knew what was really going on. And then I also believe that that God is just telling me to be careful for the future, because I think it's some people trying to make it basically like confuse me and stuff with, like, man, lust is everywhere. I'm gonna always be lusting over these ladies. I be liking so many pictures on Instagram, it ain't funny. I think I'm about to calm down with looking at all these Instagram models too, because when I see some lady with a nice body, or she cute, she sexy, walk past and shit like that, that still be a distraction. So I think that's God just telling me, don't be distracted for the future, yo. And yeah, even though I say vengeance is God, no, yo, like, I'm just, no, somebody need to tell me what's going on, yo. It's AJ.